Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share a bit about my recent experience with job hunting. So I applied for a software engineer position at the software house and received a take-home assignment to work on a .NET Core app. So here is the background of the program. The provided sample code serves as a test bed for a cache system. They aim to store 1 million records in memory and need an extremely fast retrieval method. The current implementation done by their junior developer is very slow. My task is to review and refactor the code to demonstrate best practices and efficient coding techniques to the junior developer. Upon running the code, they will compare the performance between the initial slow implementation and my optimized version. Our goal is to achieve a speed improvement of at least 1000 times. Based on the instructions, there are 4 mandatory tasks and 1 optional. Ensure the code builds. If it doesn't, fix it. Review and refactor the code to incorporate my recommended changes. Answer several question sections and implement the fast cache method. The optional task is to implement a generic version of the cache and run the test using a different object. When I try to build the project, there are lots of errors. Most of them are due to missing reference, so I can solve most of them by import. This one is due to the access layer, so I just make the method public. I'm not showing how I fix all the errors here since most of them are pretty straightforward. I fix all the errors and rebuild, it can be built successfully. So there are a few questions in the comment. Take this one as an example. What issues can you see with using string as the key for the dictionary? And what suggestion do you have to resolve this? So my answer to this is string is case sensitive. Try to access record with this and this will give you different results. If the dataset is huge, hashing and comparing string could be slower than using other data types. So my suggestion is to use GUID as the key since employees has unique ID in GUID type. GUID as key also has better performance than string. The next task is to refactor some of the code. This method test find is used to find the first, middle and last items from 1 million records. They first start a stopwatch, run a for loop for total test iterations. For each test, a new stopwatch is started to measure the time for each individual test run. The inner do-while loop attempts to find the object in the cache. The elapsed ticks for the current stopwatch are accumulated in total ticks, and the maximum and minimum ticks are updated accordingly. I first changed this line to stopwatch.startNew. This creates a new instance and start it immediately. I moved the initialization of I to outside of the for loop and so that I can reuse the I instance instead of keep creating a new one. I also removed the inner stopwatch instance and get the timestamp of the first stopwatch at the start and end of each run to get the duration used. Then lastly, I use math.min and math.max so it's easier to read. So for the last mandatory task, they want me to create a new retrieval method that is 1000 times faster than their current implementation. This is their current implementation. They are using lists to store the cache items. So I try to run their current implementations. It takes quite a while for the result to be out. It takes 18,000 milliseconds for it to find the last items. My approach in speeding up the process of finding a specific record in the cache is to use dictionary to store the object. Dictionary allows us to look out for a record based on keys, which is employee ID in this case, which is all one-time complexity. So now I try to run the original implementation and my improved version. The result is out. My improved version takes about 14 to 16 milliseconds on average to find an item, regardless of its position in the cache. compared to the old way, which took around 70,000 milliseconds to find the last item. That's a 1,000-fold improvement in speed. So in summary, I achieved everything that is requested for the assignment, even the optional tasks, which I believe is not really optional in Asian context. I would say this is not a difficult assignment and I think my work is decent. I was quite confident that I will at least get a chance for second round of interview, but sadly I haven't heard back from them and it has been a few weeks. I'm hoping that maybe they just need more time. Maybe they will call me tomorrow. That's what I have been telling myself for the past few weeks. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. If you found this helpful or have any similar experiences, drop a comment below. See you next time. Bye bye.